be where you are right now, was there a change that you had to make within yourself in order to be where you are right now?
I'm kind of introverted. I don't really like going in crowds.
Okay.
I don't really like talking to people. I get drained. But that's something that I really had to force myself out of. Get out of my shell, reach out to people, talk to people, and kind of tell them what I'm doing, and be more outspoken.
What's up, bro?
What up?
Good to see you, man.
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Oh, what's going on, y'all? My name's Mike. Today I'm here. Actually, let me get this dude a little bit more attention. Mike, it's all on me. Yeah, so today I'm sitting here with Mr. Xavier Jackson. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. So I love our background. So me and Xavier, we've known each other, or at least we've been around each other since we were young. I forgot how old, but I know I definitely saw you a lot in high school. I think me and him kind of have like that I see you kind of relationship where like I see you, like whether you're doing something or whatever. But yeah, man, thanks for sitting down with me.
No problem. Yeah, it always seems like we kind of run in the same circles. We know a lot of the same people, so we always ended up in the same places together,
Exactly.
But this was great, finally getting to sit down and really talk and being able to learn more about you and share more about myself as well.
Exactly. Because what were some of your influences growing up?
Definitely. I'd say growing up, some of my influences, or even some of my idols, people I looked up to were like Lupe Fiasco, T.I., Ludacris, Nelly, Jay-Z, and I just always wanted to kind of be like those people. Lupe Fiasco was always into fashion and skateboarding, kind of just doing different things. So that kind of opened my mind to just like different worlds, especially through their music, and I think that's what helped me kind of escape a little bit. I grew up in what I would call the townhomes. My friends would refer to it as the projects. I don't think it's the projects. It might be the projects. I don't know. We'll have to go by and look at it now. It kind of looks like the projects.
Okay.
But no, I always just thought, like, for some reason, this is where people start. You start in like an apartment, and then you move to a house, and then you move to a bigger house. I thought that was always thought that was a natural progression of life for some reason when I was younger. So I always used to just dream and think of bigger things and travel in the world. When I was young, I knew when I grew up, I just wanted to be that guy who kind of knew everybody, but just wasn't really like famous or well known. But anytime he walked into a room, people were like, "Who's that guy? How's he know everybody?" Okay. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do just in this journey of life. But definitely, I'd say those rappers that I mentioned before, as well as business leaders like Draymond Johns, the creator of FUBU.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Shaq, when he transitioned from NBA to just being a business leader as well. I was also in the 100 Black Men growing up, so I grew up, if you see it, you can believe it. So I grew up around a lot of, affluent black men who kind of helped show the way and show like this is possible. This is something that you can do. We came from the same place and all that good stuff.
Okay.
So I always knew it was like kind of possible. So I just always kind of strived for that because I had these idols, these role models in my life that I could look up to and point to and say, oh, okay, that's what someone successful that looks like me looks like, and this is what he does. Sounds boring. I don't want to sell insurance, even though I thought about selling insurance to get my license and all that stuff. Now, when you're an adult, your idea of things kind of changes. But I think just that impression of kind of who they were in society at that time, and kind of the stature that they carried with them, resonated with me.
Okay, that's awesome. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful answer. Yeah, that was great. You brought that into other different facets as well. All right, so now I guess a bit of your background. So Xavier's in the art space. He's in the entrepreneurial space. He's in the almost like a community liaison, more or less now. But what was your background as far as we'll say the past 10 years? So we'll just start there.
Definitely. Yeah. So 10 years. I'd have been a senior in high school. But leading up to that senior year, I was in band every year. Always did something creative. I was skateboarding on and off then. Wasn't too good at it, so I wasn't too interested in it. But I also was focused on sports at the time as well. So I was playing football, basketball, powerlifting, baseball as well. And then I ended up getting a job towards the end of my summer year and just started working. from there, I began to look at careers and life choices because I knew I wanted to go to college, but didn't know what I wanted to go to college for. So I think I was watching. Yes, I was watching the Super Bowl, and I seen a couple commercials, and I was like, "Man, that's pretty cool. I could do that." So I was like, "That's what I'm going to go to school for." I want to eventually design a commercial that's going to show during the Super Bowl. That was my original goal and dream, and then got to college. Took some more creative classes. You meet a lot of different people from different walks of life, and it just kind of opens your mind to different possibilities and different things. So my interest from being just like a creative director or someone who makes commercials went into being like an author, a story writer, someone who makes movies. So I pursued that for a little bit in life, and I still do write science fiction. It's something that I've always loved and have had a passion for, definitely. And during that time, I was coming up with ideas for different businesses and different things that I could possibly do outside of college, or things that I could do to fund my writing career, because I just wanted to travel the world and just write all the time, and I still want to. So that's kind of actually how I started Artplug. Yeah, hoping that will be the way that I get that passive income to just travel and write, and then those stories become what they are. But at the same time, it originally was a magazine idea that was going to circulate throughout high schools and give high school students a chance to have something in their portfolio, something they can use when they're applying for colleges or on their resumes, whatever have you. I couldn't find anyone to help me with it when I was in college. There was a few people, and I kept reaching out to them, but I'm just some freshman. I'm like 16, 17 with this big idea, and they're like, oh, okay, whatever. So kind of got brushed off. Put the idea to the side for a little bit, graduated from college, and then I had a degree in broadcast production and ad PR, as well as a minor in art and English. I had internships, jobs in my major the whole time, but when it came time to graduate, I couldn't find anything. No one would hire me. I applied out of state. I don't know how many applications I sent off, but I started applying, I think, the December of my senior year all the way up until I graduated, and didn't hear back from anybody. A lot of no's, of course, which is kind of depressing. But you got to push through it. So I graduated college, started working construction for a little bit. I did that for about a year and a half, and I was like, man, this sucks. This is what I went to college for. No disrespect to everybody who does construction and love it. It's a great way to provide for your family, especially now. Construction jobs are booming, but it just wasn't for me. And it's just it's, if you've ever worked it, it's a different environment. And I needed that coming out of college. I was coming off of a hard relationship, so I just kind of needed that male camaraderie, I guess you could say. I was like, cool, this put me right back on track where I needed to be. So about 3 or 4 months into that, my friend Blake, actually, and we'll probably talk about him later. Definitely cool dude. He told me about the Start Center Omaha, which was ran by Julian Young. Shout out to Julian Young. And I applied for that with that idea that originally was a magazine for high school students, and turned it into a tech idea, because that's what the accelerator was for tech startup companies. And that idea got accepted into the program, and ever since then I just treated it like it was a real thing. That was the summer of 2017, July 2017 to be exact. And I've just been doing it ever since. I applied to different tech incubators since then. The next one was the Startup Collaborative. Still a part of both of the Start Center Omaha and the Startup Collaborative. Yeah, I've been trying to maintain those contacts from college, as well as just kind of expand and meet new people and validate the idea. So that's kind of how it began. I would hop in everybody's DMs and send them messages. I'd send it 3 ways, Facebook, Instagram, and probably their email. Just try to get a meeting with people in the beginning. A lot of people, blew me off. They didn't really understand what I was trying to do, but I did get some meetings with people that helped steer me in the right direction and kind of help guide the process of building Artplug. Originally it was Showcase, ran into some problems with the name. We had to change the name. So, it's just a whole battle up and down, but you just got to kind of stick through it. But I've been able to meet amazing people and do kind of amazing things. And that was a long-winded answer.
It's all good, man. It's good to, kind of hear everything, that led you to where you are. I've more or less been on that similar journey where, you graduate college, you have these expectations of where you're supposed to be, and then, those expectations are met, so then you have to go with what's available. And so, I had the same problem. Actually, when I came back from being abroad, I came back, I was like, I have all this experience. Of course, everyone, is going to be, open to, my experience or, what I have to offer. Worked at FedEx for about, 2 years, and it was cool, but it gave me a lot of time to reflect and, rethink life. I'm not sure, I know you said the camaraderie was good for you coming out, but also maybe kind of put in perspective maybe what you don't want. Yeah, I think that kind of helps as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.